Welcome to Raw Dog Game Reviews. This is the Raw Dog speaking, and this time I'm giving you my raw review of Metal Gear Solid Delta. So let's do it raw, baby. So, it hasn't been that long, huh? And if you saw my raw impression, you know I love this game. The game isn't that long, which is part of the awesomeness of it. We know there are so many crazy open world collectible crazy junking games that we have these days that it was really nice to just sit down and play a nice linear adventure game that knows exactly what it wants and that is exactly what it's supposed to be, which is beautiful. Metal Gear Solid Delta is just amazing. By far one of the best games I've played all year, and 2025, but yeah, it's just amazing. It wouldn't be the game of the year, but I mean, like, especially since I played it before, but it is an amazing game by far. If you are ever a Metal Gear fan and you've ever played Metal Gear Solid 3 before, then you have to play Metal Gear Solid Delta because it is just such a crazy nostalgia track to play it again with these beautiful, crisp graphics. It's just mind-blowing. I said it before in my raw impression, and I'll say it again right here. Hearing the same dialogue, David Hayter saying the same words with the new crisp cutscenes is just, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. The game is so good. And the new gameplay, so the over-the-shoulder, just improves the gameplay by leaps and bounds. So it just feels so good to play. The footage I'm using here is my battle with the End, and that is a great place to showcase how amazing or how much better over-the-shoulder feels. Like the battle with the End back in the day used to be one of the hardest fights in the game, purely because you could only see the top-down area. Like you had to continuously keep going into first-person view to see in front of you, to try to see where the End was sniping you from, or to see if the End was in front of you. Because like usually, if you're trying to sneak up on him from behind, he's laying in the ground and practically invisible with that camo. So he was so difficult to see all the time, man. It was difficult. But now with over the shoulder, it's so easy to see him. The game is so much better with over the shoulder camera. Like it feels like this is the way the game was intended to be played. And that's what I mean. Like with that one thing, this game is already just mind-blowingly better. It's so good. Such a big improvement. Big improvement. Like it's utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous how big of an improvement this is. So anyway, let's see, what else is there? The graphics obviously are stunning. The music is beautiful because that's what the music is. I mean, Snake Eater is one of the most iconic and one of the greatest songs ever in video game history, in my opinion. And I love that song to death. So I mean, the game is just so good. There's not really anything to say about it. The game is just so good. I feel like there could have been a few areas where it could have been better, but I mean, have your cake and eat it too. I mean, seriously, the game is already amazing. It's a great remaster. If you want to call it a remake, sure, but I mean, I would call it a remaster because it's just a bump on graphics, basically. But yeah, like there are a few areas where they still could have done it even better, but the game is already so good, it doesn't need these things. But just to say it, like they could have made the CQC better. The CQC, first of all, being on the same button as the trigger was a little clunky. It felt a little clunky at times. Like for me, having to press R2 to punch somebody felt kind of clunky. And what is it? Oh, this felt ridiculously clunky. I do have to say this. If I got knocked down, and this happened to me a bunch of times in the fight with the boss, I got knocked down. The game makes you have to get into crawl, then get into like sneaking, then get up. So I don't remember if that was in the original, but that was such a trial. Just to be like, I got knocked down. And now boss is standing over me with shooting her gun at me. But I have to, get up, and if I have to start crawling first, the game instantly makes you up in prone position. And it's like, no, I don't want to crawl. I'm literally dead meat in front of her. can I please roll away or run away? So I have to then I have to get up from crawling, then I have to roll, and then I can be running. It's like, that should not take that long. It should be very easy to just get up. So that was annoying. That was very annoying. And I can see where that'd be annoying in other areas and other fights. But thankfully that was the only time it ever happened, was the fight with the boss. But it was really annoying. So yeah. And the other thing that they could have done to make it better is they could have connected some of the zones. Maybe not all of the zones, but they could have connected some of them, so they didn't have loading screens in between them. Because I know it is like obviously the bones of an old game, but like we have the technology nowadays to make these gigantic open worlds. Even though I don't want the game to be an open world game, I don't want that. But like they could have made it so some of the zones were at least connected, so they weren't like such small zones. Because we don't need that anymore. It doesn't need to have a loading scene in between each zone anymore. We could have had some of the zones be connected, and that would have just made the game feel a bit more immersive, a bit more. It could have been even better, but as I'm saying though, it didn't need that because the game is already so beautiful, and it's already such a beautiful masterpiece on its own that just buffing the graphics was enough to make it even more amazing and to buff the gameplay. But just gonna point these things out there. Like there were obviously still other ways that they could have even done more to improve it, but the game was already so good. I mean, what else is there to say? The game was just amazing by far. It's just, we need more good games like this, in my opinion. I think it's just really annoying that like every AAA game these days is just trying to be this gigantic open world extravaganza with tons of things to do. I miss the days when you could jump into a game that was a nice linear action game or at least a nice story-driven game, whatever it was, but that it knew what it wanted to be. It wasn't trying to be a collectible. It wasn't trying to be a platformer. It wasn't trying to be all these things at once. It's like, you know what? Metal Gear is just trying to be Metal Gear. It's not trying to be an open world collectathon survival game. No, it's trying to be Metal Gear, and it is Metal Gear, and it's beautiful. And it only takes you it took me about like 10 hours to beat. So I mean, that's what it should feel like. Not every game you buy should be a 60-hour open world crazy game. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Some games really should be like 5-10 hours. It's all they're really. Sometimes it's all you need, and that is good as long as it's a good game with a good story. But yeah, I don't want to drag this on. The game is amazing. If you've ever been a fan of Metal Gear, I obviously highly recommend this game. Metal Gear Solid Delta. Beautiful game. Play it. So, you know what we say? Tell your friends, tell your family, and tell your worst enemy. The Raw Dog is here, bringing you raw entertainment. I'll see you later. Oh, and like and subscribe and all that jazz. See ya!